is actually what forgiveness is. And Timothy Keller says this beautifully. He says, forgiveness is a promise not to keep bringing the matter up to the person, to others, or even to ourselves. At each point we are tempted to exact payment, we should refuse and do something positive. When speaking with the person that's hurt you, in your dealings with this person, you should be as courteous and warm as possible. If the person is repentant, you should restore the relationship as much as possible. Why say as much as possible? If the person has done grievous wrong, it may mean the trust can be restored only by degrees. If the person is continuing in a hostile manner, you must not make it easy for them to sin against you. And there are other circumstances. If the person is a former love interest, then to recreate the same relationship may be inappropriate. So that actually goes to my theory of the porcelain cup. Once the cup shatters, you can't really have the same relationship. Again, doesn't mean forgiveness and restoration is not possible. He continues by saying, the speed and degree of this restoration entails the recreation of trust, and that takes time depending on the nature and the severity of the offenses involved. So what he's also saying is that no one needs to be naive. No one has to go into forgiveness just being like, oh, forgive and forget and move on. It is the conscious acknowledgement of what has happened, and to have discernment. That's the one thing we forget, is that discernment is a very, very important in consciousness. He goes on to say, part of real repentance usually means the wrongdoer asking, what could I do that make you trust me? Part of real forgiveness means being open to the possibility of change in the offender and being truly unbiased and willing to offer more trust little by little. Further he goes then, when speaking with others, when you speak to others about the wrongdoer, you must not airbrush their flaws. So don't lie. If the perpetrator has done something egregiously wrong and illegal, then you need to seek justice through the best channels. And he goes on. If the sin against you was private and the person stays in a hostile and unrepentant mode, it may be necessary to warn someone about him and all, but you should watch your motives. So he's talking about consciousness. Why are you warning someone? Okay. And then the third one, again, when speaking with yourself, what does it mean to not bring it up to yourself? It means not to dwell on it in the heart and not to replay the videos of the wrong in your imagination in order to keep the sense of loss and hurt fresh and real to you. It means you should pray for the person and yourself, remind yourself of the cross, and turn your mind to other things. So the third one I find very, very, very beautiful, because that replaying of something is that we keep that story alive. And the hardest part, I think, about forgiveness, specifically for me, is letting the story go. Just releasing that story, choosing a new story. It's phenomenal.